Greetings and welcome to Hamdan Sports Complex in the great city of Dubai. This is the 2014 FIBA U17 World Championship. Introducing the lineup for the People's Republic of China. Number 4, He Xining. Number 5, Hu Jinkui. Number 6, Wang Chengzhu. Number 7, Liu Qingqing. Number 8, Lu Yongchuan. Number 9, Zhao Yanhao. Number 10, Zhang Zhaolei. Number 11, Fan Ziming. Number 12, Wang Zixiu. Number 13, Miao Guangyang. Number 14, Fu Hao. And number 15, Zhu Mingji. Head coach, Mr. Liu Jizheng, assisted by Mr. Yang Zong, China. And introducing the lineup for Team USA. Number 4, Tyus Battle. Number 5, Deverl Ramsey. Number 6, Terrence Ferguson. Number 7, Malik Newman. Number 8, VJ King. Number 9, Josh Jackson. Number 10, Jason Tatum. Number 11, Henry Ellenson. Number 12, Caleb Swanigan. Number 13, Harry Giles. Number 14, Ivan Rapp. And number 15, Diamond Stone. Head coach, Mr. Donald Showalter, assisted by Mr. Leslie Goolsby Jr. and Eric Flannery, USA. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of the People's Republic of China. Please remain standing for the national anthem of the United States of America. Thank you. The referees for this match, Mr. Sinisa Herceg of Croatia, Mr. Hatim Al-Harbi of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and Mr. Americo Rodriguez, Venezuela. This game is commissioned by Mr. Zulfikar Karim of Tanzania.
She got me thinking I could date a cop. Cause her uniform pants were so tight. She read me my rights. She put me in a call. She cut off all the lights. She said I have the right to remain silent. Now I gotta holler, sounding like a siren. Talking about, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I know she the law, and she know I'm the boss, and she know I get high, above the law, and she know I'm wrong. She know I'm from the street, and all she want me to do is fuck the police. Talking about.
No cabeleireiro, no esteticista, malha o dia inteiro, pinta de artista, saca dinheiro, vai de motorista, com seu carro esporte, vai zoar na pista, final de semana, na casa de praia, só gastando grana, na maior gandaia, vai pra balada, dança batistaca, com a sua tribo até de madrugada. Burguesinha, 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 só no filé. Burguesinha, 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 tem o que quer. Burguesinha, 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 no croissant. Burguesinha, 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 suquinho de maçã. Burguesinha, 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 burguesinha. Dinheiro, vai de motorista, com seu carro esporte, vai zoar na pista. Final de semana, na casa de praia, só gastando grana, na maior gandaia. Vai pra balada, dança batistaca, com a sua tribo até de madrugada. Burguesinha, 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 burguesinha.
Well, USA basketball players and fans having to wait for the start is one of the rims is receiving medical attention.
It's Malad. He's very sick right now. I'm not sure why they've gone back again, because it looked all right when the Chinese players were shooting on it.
Let's be honest. We know these guys don't care, because after the game, they're immediately going to practice again. Win or lose, they know they're just going to soak up a little bit more of the Hamden Sports Complex here. And it is impressive. Goodness me. Feels like walking into this arena, we've gone from 20th century to 21st century to the 25th century.
I tell you what, Jeff, what amazes me is it's a swimming venue. So swimming venues need to be swimming. I'm not sure who comes here to swim in this venue, unless they've got the national team that comes.
Can I just tell you, I wish I could have swum here yesterday instead of trying to dip into the, what was it, the Persian Gulf?
One of them,
the Arabian Sea.
Yep, yeah.
Because it was boiling. The air, the sea, and what you have to remember about the experience for all the fans, the coaches, the scouts, the players who come here, they soak up the atmosphere. So this is a really good point that was made, is that under 17 competition going around the world or World Cup is really important. It opens eyes for kids, because they're gonna say, hey, if I one day play professionally, I might end up going overseas, and this is a place where I may end up going. So, you know, that's part of the process, isn't it?
I think you're absolutely right. And I think for the USA kids more than anybody, they're the ones that probably travel the least. You know, for a lot of these countries that play a lot more international games, get together a lot more, they do a lot more going across borders, playing in different countries, and it's easier perhaps. These USA kids, you know, when you look at the numbers, numbers of 4 or 5 years ago, 25% of people in the USA have passports. It's one of those figures you think, well, you don't really get the chance to travel much, but as you see the remedies to this one basket, they're packing in, Jeff. A few fans have made the journey out here to Hamdan Arena. I wonder what the taxi cost is out from Dubai City.
It's a very good question. Or, well, I don't want to be too patronizing, but there are other modes of transportation. You could take a bus, perhaps a camel. No, I couldn't resist. But if you look at, I mean, there are some nice cars in this arena, or this region, and I want to say, as we look at the day's play, we're going to have some interesting matchups, not only with the USA, and they want to make sure they've got this thing down precisely to the exact measurements. So more power to them. Yeah, I don't mind sitting here talking about other things.
No, it'll be, I'm not sure what the centimeters is, but it'll be 10 feet and that's it. It will be give and take nothing.
But talking about the rest of the day's play, you're going to have some good games coming up. I know that Spain and France is going to be a matchup. You've got Serbia and Canada, and you've also got Australia and Puerto Rico, and that's going to be an interesting one, because I'm not sure people give Puerto Rico enough respect.
Well, they bounced out of Dodge the other night, didn't they? Big time. The foul on the three-pointer, time running out, and the referee blew up a call, and you know full well the Egyptians were unhappy about that call. I think the best team went through, the better team went through. For my word, they got a big fright.
And you've got Spain, which just quite frankly weren't at the races for the first couple of games. And then they come back and they beat an Argentina team that saved one of its worst performances for the worst time.
Spain's playing well. I was really impressed with them the other night. They got themselves together, and they're the European champions, so they've got a lot to live up to.
From the under-16s. So what happens is teams have to win, or they don't necessarily have to win, but qualifying goes through the different regions. So
top 5 in Europe, top 3 in the Americas. I think it's 2 from Asia.
So Spain won the under-16 European Championship, beating Serbia, and most of those players from those teams, or a lot of them, have traveled, and the same coaches as well. Serbia, of course, losing their big center Glizic right before, and we think that might be a weakness for them, but I don't think we've seen the best of Serbia.
Well, if you look, Jeff, you call your numbers now. Greece lost by 10. They're out of the tournament to USA. So they were close.
And for me, Greece were one of the best teams. Yeah. And they ran into Australia. That wasn't really almost not fair when you think about it. Two of the best teams, two of the top 4 medal contenders. But that's just the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah. So Australia would be a team you'd fancy would give the USA a run. But, you know, if you look at the frailties the USA have at the, Australia have at the guard position, and I say frailties in a kind way. They're not real frailties, but compared to these USA guards,
in a realistic way, you know, the USA have no frailties. The one area that gives Australia hope, obviously, is the center position. But how long can Isaac Humphries stay on the court? You know, he had 41 points, 19 rebounds against Canada, and that wasn't enough to beat Canada. But he sure was good as well against Greece, and so it really depends how teams show up on any given day. But I kind of feel like when the USA show up, you pretty much know what you're going to get. I mean, they just are relentless.
Yeah, and they have a weakness in the fact that I'm not sure they've had no practice in their half court against any team, really. Maybe Greece the first day, and they looked a little suspicious with their pick and roll play.
So maybe
against Japan.
Somebody
can slow them down.
Do you think that there's only 1 or 2 teams left in the tournament with Greece going out that can realistically beat the USA to the gold medal?
Absolutely. Canada, possibly Australia. I don't see any other team getting close. You know,
Not even Serbia.
No.
I guess Serbia with the loss of Glizic hurts them. China have balance.
Yeah. China's got the bigs too, but the bigs will get swallowed up here, and that may be a problem. If Hu and Fu do not get their mind in the game, they'll get completely intimidated by Giles and Diamond Stone the first 5 minutes of this game, and then Zhao will be on his own.
I think the biggest problem for China coming into this is the psychological hurdle.
Yeah, absolutely. And you saw Japan just got swallowed up by it in the last 16 game, and that may well be China's weak spot today, is just in the head.
So about ready to tip off here. Hello, everybody. You're looking live inside the Hamdan Sports Complex in Dubai, just outside of Dubai, the FIBA Under-17 World Championship. The first quarterfinal is underway. The United States taking on China, and Diamond Stone hands it off to Harry Giles, and the USA get a rather high percentage shot to start things off.
You know, Jeff, they've started every game with that same play. I cannot understand why the Chinese have not looked at the tapes and reviewed that when the rotation defensively was slow.
Well, Zhao uncorks a long one, had a hand in his face from Ferguson. Now Ferguson catches, well, I say catches, he saved the ball from going out of bounds, but triggers the fast break. And Wang hands it over to Fan, and Fan throws it out of bounds. And a needless turnover for China. But I suppose in one sense, China do have some size.
Interesting move here from head coach Liu Zhizheng of China. He's thrown in Fan to start off with, so you haven't got the Hu and Fu combination.
You've got the Hu and the Fan.
The Hu and the Fan combination, yeah. So Fu obviously Fan's in there to waste a few fouls on Diamond Stone.
Yeah, maybe it's a matter of when rather than if, but it's perhaps he's thinking, well, the USA have been scouting Fu, and I'll just give him somebody else. Well, nice play by China to come up with a steal, and they certainly don't look out of place right now. But what China need to do is take advantage of some opportunities.
Yeah, all they got to do is try and get this into a half-court game. More easier said than done, because USA will rattle off some points quickly in the fast break.
Well, that foul was called on Jackson.
Yeah, on that far side. Yeah, just trying to stop the dribble.
Fan, who had thrown the ball away, takes the shot, and now the alley-oop pass goes over to guess who? Josh Jackson. And the pressure results almost in a turnover. Now China it has resulted in a turnover. In fact, at first it looked like they were going to give the ball back to China. Inbound goes to Stone. And Stone just works his way in, lays it up with the left hand. And I'm not sure now that the strategy of having Fan in there is paying off.
Well, Fan will not have played against anybody as versatile as Diamond Stone. And as soon as he felt that contact the second time, Diamond Stone rolled on it into the middle.
Well, also we're going to see Meow come in. So I'm wondering if is there a problem here?
Yeah, just with his defense.
No, with Fu, I mean.
No, Fan's out. Yeah, maybe you're right.
Because he's gone immediately to Meow.
I don't suspect, Jeff. I think it's more a fact of someone's got to play Diamond Stone and not waste fouls on the stars. Jeff, they've got to go deep into the shot clock. They cannot afford with a 10-second shot here.
So it's already a 7-0 lead for the United States. And Meow gets in, had the shot. Now who has to be one of the top forwards in the competition, goes in, he gets the rebound.
Yeah, tough play from Hu, because they're not going to give you offensive rebounds easy, and he's battling in there, just lost his marker, Giles.
Well, speaking of Hu, he's been on a pretty good. He's actually listed as a center. I guess you could probably call him a center as well. He's been averaging 16 points per game and 15.3 rebounds. So that's not bad statistically, is it? And I'll tell you what, having watched him play, he's been that good. Jackson gets in there and scores over the center. Meow.
That was a tough shot. A little out of control there, Josh Jackson, but retrieved things very well. You know, Jeff, China's going to score about 70 points.
Meow at the line. And Chinese players battling each other for the rebound. Now Giles in the open floor. Tries to get a little bit too fancy, going back to Stone.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem for Don Showalter to stay on top of the razzle-dazzle showboat. Ferguson just tugging back there.
Well, on the one hand, that's part of the beauty of USA basketball is they're one of the teams that can pull it off. But tried to go back door there. Xu held on to it. Now Hugh has his shot blocked. And the ball saved, and then Hugh loses it. But then Wang gets it back. Now Xu puts up a jumper, and out of the madness, the ball stays out and goes to Jackson, who's been the star of the show so far for the USA. Now out of bounds was Newman. He's hardly put a foot wrong today, but that's exactly what he did there. He put it out of bounds.
Yeah, he made more mistakes this first 3 minutes or so than I've seen for a while early in the game. Oh, my goodness. Bit of pressure from Malik Newman, just coughed it up out of the point guard, Xu.
Jackson, his defense. Wang hands it off to Meow, and Zhao ends up the shot. Now quickly Jackson, and Ferguson lays it up and in. Grease Lightning, 11-2 USA.
Unselfish play from Malik Newman. He knew full well Ferguson was ahead of him.
China had the chance to have a better start, you feel like, and they've kind of wasted it. He's going to come into the game, number 4. So the foul called on Malik Newman.
Well, Wong's just sat down, Jeff. He's just holding onto his stomach, almost like he's got an elbow from one of the players in, and that'll be a physical battle out there for these Chinese players. They've got to deal with.
They've got to stop telegraphing passes as well, because Jackson goes in, and well, your point about the razzle-dazzle might be a little valid here. Meow gets in, backs up his man, and draws the foul.
It's good play. You know, Zhao on the earlier play on the pick and roll just picked up his dribble. One dribble over the pick and roll. It's like a cardinal sin for players these days. Fergus, Jackson got the turnover. Jackson coming out, missing a dunk. Automatic.
Yeah,
take his seat on the end of the bench.
I suppose the message is you can't miss a wide open dunk.
Well, especially you're going to go to the degrees of difficulty on that to reverse flying through.
But at the end of the game, maybe that's more acceptable in the fourth quarter, but not 4 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, that's the type of play that I want to see.
It's the beauty of the game. You know what?
And it's also the type of play that makes Josh Jackson want to play basketball.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
So
don't kill the creator.
Exactly. Malik Newman gets in there. Boy, USA just crashing the boards, and Newman almost scoring.
He does that so well. Newman hangs and just tosses it up into there. Nice play.
And Diamond Stone goes in for the flush. That's how you do it. Just give us the simple, straightforward, two-handed rim rocker. But let's don't have any rim issues. Don't want any more delays.
No, absolutely.
Shoot. Now who's come in. And Malik Newman just absolutely out-hustled China to the ball. China did not even make an attempt. And now King goes down the lane for the dunk. If you go back and look at that play, you will have seen only one player went after the ball, and it was Malik Newman.
Yep, on the out of bounds, yep.
And it goes to
Meow. There you go, nice play.
That's the best approach for China. Instead of being soft and trying to use the backboard, USA, they're going to swat the shot. So you might as well just go for it.
Yeah, it's just winked over to the bench, and the Chinese bench says, did you get down the stats?
Newman floats in, misses. Diamond Stone fouled by Zhao.
Yeah, that's tough. You know, that's tough defensively, Jeff. When you get beaten to the point guard position, you're going to draw help from the bigs down below. There's 13, Meow going after it. That means Diamond Stone is wide open for an offensive rebound. I love Newman's play. So good at keeping that ball away from defenders' shot block attempts.
Callaway High School, Jackson, Mississippi is Newman. There you see Zhao. I'm hoping we're going to see the best of him today. But the occasion's not too big for him.
Well, you know what? The problem with Zhao is he's the prime shooter, and the USA have identified the only prime shooter for China, and they will just D him up. You know, you look right now, Tatum's just standing right next to him, staring into his numbers. He's not even going to get touched, Zhao. They've got to run some screens for him. I'm not sure the Chinese coaches understand the
full court man-to-man. Tatum holding a little.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now, Zhao's got to keep hold of this dribble. We'll see what he's like now. He's a one-on-one with Tatum. Tatum's up for the cup.
Tatum really is quality personified. Reaches in.
And see where Zhao picks up the ball, Jeff. That's not going to get the job done.
He has got to do better. Turns it over to Ramsey, who's come in, over to King, and King lays it up and in. 19-6.
Well, King's got 4 points in a hurry.
And the hustle from Ramsey. And you got to love the hustle of the Americans. They're just out hustling China.
Jeff, this kid, DeVille Ramsey, he's the best point guard in this tournament. But because he plays behind Malik Newman, it will never get appreciated.
Look at that, 8 points off the fast breaks. And that's a true, that's a good point. But so are you suggesting that Newman is a shooting guard and not a point guard?
Yeah, Newman's the big point guard. He'll play PG.
You're saying he's more of a true point guard?
Yeah. DeVille Ramsey won't necessarily move to the two position. Malik Newman will play one stroke too. He can play either position.
You see the foul on VJ King there, the replay. So here's an opportunity. These are the opportunities with China where they have to play flawless basketball. Really, they need to make free throws.
Well, that's the thing. You make these 2 free throws, you get a stop and a 3-pointer. It's all of a sudden it's back in a ball game again. So it's they've got a USA of cavalier defense with 4 to play. They're in the bonus.
Henry Ellenson also into the game for the USA, has the ball now and inbounds it to Ramsey. And back to Tatum. And Tatum's pass. Meow. Now Over to Zhu. Zhu over to Wang. Hands it off to He. Little short runner. Well, they got a good shot.
And they got a late shot too, importantly. That's good. I like that from China. Make it a half-court game.
Ramsey into Swanigan, who's come in. Now Tatum. And who with the rebound?
They walk it up the floor, take their time, be disciplined here, run some screens.
And Battle's going to come in for the USA at the next opportunity. Hugh goes baseline, and Ellenson steps over to seal the baseline and commits the foul.
2 shots to come. I like that.
See him moving there.
Yeah. You know what, Jeff? That's not a foul. You know, to me,
that's what Ellenson was looking over, and it's like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, it's that has to be recognized by the referees as decent defense. The hands are out of there. There's no hand checking going on. The contact's in the.
Well, look at Showalter. That's what exactly he's talking to the referee about.
Yeah.
But listen, let's don't criticize the referees. They've got a hard enough job.
Got plenty of time for that later on in the day, right?
Let's just say that things even out over the course of a game, of life.
Oh, yeah. They should never be blamed for losses, that's for sure.
Well, it's a 10-point game, and quickly to the other end, Tatum, and he's fouled.
Jeff, that should never happen. That's a missed free throw, and you're giving up almost a layup down the other end. China has to get better balance, better protection of their basket when they're shooting free throws. Look, one player back.
Now Tatum at the line. Could be an all-tournament selection, easily. And just right as I say that, he bricks the free throw. Not off to a great start tonight, Tatum. His father played professionally in Holland, if memory serves me correctly. And he misses both free throws, but Ellenson with the rebound puts it up and in.
There's another player that probably won't get as much recognition as he needs to, Henry Ellison.
He's a beast. I can't believe he didn't make the team last year. They won the under-16 America's Championship. Now he floats in, and he does a good job of getting good shots, but he's not finishing. Now Ellenson, one of the assets to Ellenson's game is his ability to run the floor.
You know, there's 2 players in this team that come off the bench that are just dynamite. Ramsey and Ellenson.
You could make the case that Ellenson should be the starter, but I think with the USA, you can make the case for anybody being a starter.
Yeah, they're all starting players. I mean, look at they'd all start on every other team.
Yeah, they would. They would be the best player on many of the other teams.
Yeah.
Zhu. Oh, good spin move to kind of free himself, but China just not with the finishing touch. Ramsey over to Biggs Swanigan, back outside. There was a loose ball there. There was an opportunity. Ramsey frees himself with a little shimmy. Now, Swanigan, you just can't give the Americans second and third opportunities. It'll eventually go down.
Yeah, nice play from Swanigan. I mean, he's one of those players that just the space eater. You know, he adds a bit more diamond stone plus as far as the ability to move bodies in there.
And fouled from behind by Tatum.
That is as disorganized I've seen a Chinese team, Jeff. There's no point guard on show to take control. They're not running the offense. And Tatum bails them out. And a foul from behind.
Well, we're going to see Fu come in for China. See Tatum, he committed the foul. Well, whatever the reason for China not starting Fu, I would suggest that maybe it, you know, if it was for disciplinary, if it was an injury, if it was tactical, it hasn't necessarily helped them.
No, 1:26 to go in the first quarter. Yeah, right, 17 down. It's if it was going to be tactical, Jeff, I would have thought he would have come in after 5 minutes, but you're right, he's long on that bench.
Could have spent a little too much time in the swimming pool, you never know. Tatum gets in there, puts it up off the glass. And you couldn't blame him if he did that. It's so hot. Now, Wang keeps his feet. Bounce pass. Here he is. This is what they've been missing. He gets it in and turns it over, but doesn't turn it over. The ball goes into his teammate's hand, but you can see he's a little shaky. And Ellenson, goodness gracious. He has great hands. Did you see him catch that ball just to, that ball should have gone out of bounds immediately, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it wouldn't have been a touchdown, though, would it? Did he hit the ground? It was one of those passes. I'm just look, Jeff, there's no point guard really orchestrating things here for China. That means other players, wing players, have to put the ball on the floor.
There's Fu.
There's not an offense in sight. There's no discipline, there's no organization. It's
Here you see the replay of Fu.
Yeah, it's
kind of lost the ball, and it just didn't look right. Ramsey gets in, and the finger roll. This is the best that Ramsey has played, in my opinion. He's really looking for his shot today. He's more of the distributor in the other games.
Oh, my God. Come on, fellas, calm down. Nice play. Nice play. He into the lane there.
Excuse me, fake. Yeah.
He's it was a bounce pass at the end, but you're right. I think it slipped out of his hand with the foul. He's 2 or 3 shots in there in that lane. He's not afraid to get in there.
No, he's just lacks the finishing touch, at least on those first 2 misses. And China have just struggled at the line somewhat. Not making all their attempts anyway. Yeah, the last shot of the quarter, Battle puts it up and misses it, so United States, I'd say they're pretty content with a 30-11 lead, and the biggest question I have is how long will it be before we see Josh Jackson, who was taken out after the missed dunk?
Yeah, 30 points in a quarter, Jeff, that's about their clip, isn't it? They're shooting, I'm not sure. Maybe Greece is the only team that's kept them under 100 points. You see the stats there. USA.
I said they were struggling at the line, and really they're not. They're 9 of 12. It's just the misses that stand out.
Yeah. And 1 of 11 inside the 2-point line. Oof.
The free throw line's the only. Well, we're going to listen to the Chinese coach. For those who can understand Mandarin, it's a case of, Mick, look, as you look down on the court from the ceiling, were China ready to play today? Or are we being a bit too harsh on them and the fact that they're playing against maybe the best team in the tournament?
I think they're ready to play. I mean, there's the element now of, I'm going to go back to the organization, Jeff. You can blame the players for missing shots, but where's the back screens? Where are you going to move? Where are you going to try and challenge this USA defense? Can you move them away from their comfort zone? Can you run some pick and rolls that then reverse the ball? Is there a point guard out there that's really going to run the show, or are they just conceding the fact that the American guards are too quick, we can't go by them? He's low here.
Well, Fu is still in the game, hasn't really done much. He's outside. Wang, he's hit some shots, and Jackson has come back into the game for the USA. So Showalter made his point. Now the ball hit the backboard on the shot, but it didn't hit the rim, so that leads to the shot clock violation.
Well, two injuries out there. Fu's just clutching his mouth, and Diamond Stone's looking down at his elbow. The two came in close proximity of each other. That's the physical side that the Chinese have got to deal with. Now Fu, good for him, he's not worrying about it too much.
Newman. Oh. And then the follow from Ferguson. So a lot of athleticism from the USA there, but they didn't come away with points. Now Wong's pass is far too heavy.
Jeff, again, Wong you wouldn't consider to be one of the point guards, and he's making the big play down the floor.
Jackson. Wonder if he won't dunk it anymore tonight. Here he comes. Puts it up to his teammate, and Stone goes up.
Diamond Stone just going through the numbers. That's 9. I think he's got 3 flushes. Saw him reverse it in the dunk in the pre-game warm-up. He missed the dunk, and he had a big smile on his face. I don't think he's got some huge amount of ups.
He misses. USA rebound. Jackson. Oh, Jackson pushed off. Newman was coming there for the thunderous follow-up. The ball had come back out, but Jackson raised his elbow to watch space. Look at that. And Wong did the right thing by turning around.
Jeff, one school of thought about the way you run an offensive set, you run back screens. You know, make some people hurt out there. You know, run big for little back screens. Move this defense around a bit. But they're doing a lot of stuff that the American defense can just switch with ease.
Miao goes up, and his pass, Luo doesn't even come down. He just puts it up and in. So Miao did a lot of work there. So you have to applaud him for the effort. Miao. Ferguson. And the pass to Stone. He still is able to corral it. It looked like it was going to go out of bounds.
A far side rotation. I think it's number 12, Wong Jiju, that just didn't have a clue where to rotate to defensively.
Fu now goes right at Stone and scores with the left hand. Now,
nice play.
That's what you'd like to see more from him. Giles has been quiet so far, and that's a frustrating end to that sequence. But a foul's been called on the Americans. So
okay, Diamond Stone wasn't even competing for that rebound. I think maybe it's Stone's foul, was it?
It was Stone.
Yeah.
Second foul, so he goes out of the game. See the rebounds so far. USA 17, 9 for China. And extremely tough shot. Comes up short. Newman comes in, just cups the ball and floats in. And I'm with you. I think this guy's on to, well, I think probably the rest of the world as well. He's on his way.
Check the English out. A little bit of spin at the end of it there. Just rolled it in. You know, he has, I just love this ability he has to get up in the air, draw a little bit of contact, and then get the shot away off the back. Always uses the backboard. MVP of the FIBA Americas Under-16 tournament last year. And Jeff, who's to say he won't be the same in this tournament?
Well, Giles was there for the follow, but missed. He still in the game. Luol. He, long three short.
You know, the one thing the Chinese offensive players cannot do, especially at the forward and guard spot, is this penetration and pull up for a J. And you know, Malik Newman's a very good proponent of that skill. They're just trying to get in there and draw contact. And then when they draw contact, they're going up against some very good athletes going to block shots. Here's Newman one-on-one.
Newman again, cups it, puts it up off the glass, missed this one. Giles was there for the follow, but ball went over to China. Now Zhao, boy, I've hardly said his name today, and he was fouled by Jackson. So Jackson having a tough time today. Doesn't seem like anything's going his way.
Yeah. And Zhao had a penetration there, and he didn't really want to take. He wanted to dance around a bit.
You know, in my opinion, that was a weak foul.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would call that. He definitely hit him on the leg with his hand, but I think it was kind of inadvertent.
Yeah. Jackson subbed out because of it, too. He'll be frustrated. Sat down because of the missed dunk first quarter.
Luo And Zhang tries to get space and shot clock violation. Giles wasn't giving anything away.
Harry Giles just camped himself down at a low center of gravity and said, "You are not going to beat me right now."
Now, if you haven't been watching the Under-17 World Championship here, Harry Giles missed all of last season because he tore his ACL last summer. And he had time to rehab. It just goes to show you where we are with medical science these days. He's come back and made the team, and not only made it, but some would say he's been their best player.
Yeah, up to now. He's not playing very well today, is he? He's not really quite on song.
Rabb has come in, Ivan Rabb, you can see number 14. Ferguson misses the 3. Luo crosses midcourt. Here's Fu. Well,
you know what?
If he has that space.
That's twice.
And quickly, Noman to the other end. Stone.
Alec Newman's got that look on his face, Jeff. That's the second at the hoop shot that he's just gone a little too hard on, not quite the roll. There's the shot, never gets the...
And look at King with the follow. King was fouled.
Poor old Malik Newman. He's just ruined those 2 misses.
Surely that has to be the first option for China. They need to go down, kind of run a little isolation with Fu on the low block. Get him the ball, whatever you have to do on the low block.
Let's see what happens. I agree. If it isn't broken, don't fix it. And where's Fu going to go? The ball's going to go to the opposite side.
And he's fouled Zhao. So finally, by Ferguson, Zhao will get a chance to make his impact on this game.
All right, now I'm not a critic too much, but you're right. All right, so they've gone Fu, back-to-back buckets, back-to-back success. They found an avenue for getting points on the board. And I look down to the coaching staff. There's no indication there, no communication to say to the players, let's try that again, because that's your job as a coach. You're there. The Chinese bench is seated. Don Showalter will not take a seat. I don't think there's a spare seat for Don Showalter. And he'll stand the whole game.
And it's not often that he stops chewing gum as well. He will go through a whole box of chewing gum.
2 points.
That will be. He just pointed over to the. So 37-20 after the free throws from Zhao. And one interesting thing out of that might be Zhao might get the feel of the game. And maybe he can come into it a little bit more.
But here's the thing. You keep going to young Fu down low, and the United States have to recognize, tough pass, damage.
Yeah.
But the stance will maybe throw some double teams at him. That opens up Zhao on the weak side. That's how simple this game is. And if Zhao wants to get going, they're going to have to go inside out. So there's Fu on the 3-point line.
They gave the statistician gave that turnover to Schwanigan, but that was pretty hard to catch. King goes up for the rebound. And he explodes to the basket. And Tatum just beats him to the ball and goes up for the dunk.
Yeah, when you think China might get a break, he just loose ball goes straight to the USA.
Zhang for the jumper. Now Newman up ahead to Rabb. And Rabb walked. And I could read it from here. He said, "What?" Okay, you count him. Yes, or did he?
Well, he went into a 1-2 step, which means he's got to go to the hoop and then decide to put the ball on the floor.
You're right. You be a good referee. And now,
there you go, big fella.
Fu gets in and again demonstrates why you and I both think that he should be the focal point of the attack.
Every time. Every time.
Do you want to go just take a break, walk around the table, and just tap the coach on the shoulder and say, "Get the ball to Fu, and he won't disappoint you. Just get him the rock. Put in any language you want to. Get him on the low block, let him spin, whatever it takes." He has now got 14. Who has 6 points. 2 of them on little post-up moves, and now the free throws. And there's Zhao making his impact on defense. I like the fact that Swanigan is getting down on the floor to try to get the ball. Ramsey comes in for Newman. And I don't know who I've enjoyed watching more today, Ramsey or Newman, because they've both been worth the price of admission.
You're exactly right. You know what? Ramsey will give you that. You put him in front of 5,000 fans, he'll entertain you. And Malik Newman is just as electric, but perhaps not got that je ne sais quoi.
Now there, I'd fault Fu because he's been so effective inside and decides to go outside.
Well, you give him the ball there, he's going to try and do some work. He thinks he's a shooter.
But he didn't roll to the bucket, did he? He rolled outside. And again,
pick a pop,
excellent. Yeah. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Zhao. I don't like that. But maybe. And now that's his third foul. That is crucial. I think that's a hard foul. But I think it's a tough call. Let's put it that way.
It's a definite huge one for China, that's for sure.
He's going to stay in the game.
Yeah, I think they got to.
3 fouls. Now Tatum.
Look at the scoreline, Jeff. What are you saving him for?
Now, there you could almost call the foul on Swanigan because he was wrapping his left arm around him.
Yeah, and we've seen that before with the French kids. Big Jean does that a lot, and the referees aren't.
They're not calling that.
Astute to it, no. There's a back screen coming here for Fu. Now, so let's see if they've got the patience to wait for it. King with the foul.
Okay. So there's almost been a slight lull as you look at the play. King with the foul. You know, China down 17. If they could just kind of like do things quietly here and sneak up on the USA at the end of the first half, maybe. Is that possible?
Well, I think that's how this USA team gets beaten. You know, they get leads, they get a little complacent, they get a few turnovers, then all of a sudden your team creep out. It's very rare you get a team that goes out from the front because the USA have so many weapons to get back in.
Well, Zhang has just got to do better there. I'd make him run wind sprints after that. And I don't think, you know, they've got Mr. Energy in there now. Battle and Ellenson. I think they're going to wake the USA up. But that was Battle trying to do too much. Zhao. For 3. Off the rim. Wang. And the ball goes in.
Not sure what Wang was trying to do there. Nice simple shot for the backboard. Maybe just thinking that shot might get blocked. Throws it high up into the sky.
It's
Don't show us timeout here. Yep.
Well, it's interesting. You look at the score. That's a 14-point game.
Yeah. Poor Tyus Battle, Jeff. I don't think he's quite in tune right now. He's not really found his rhythm on this team. You know, then 5 in, 5 off. Somebody's got to sit down and see what Shawler's got to say here.
Listen.
We didn't build a lead that way, did we? We did it high energy. Let's get the ball down the court. 20, you can slip it. They're overplaying right away. They're coming to hedge right away, aren't they? Well, don't stand there if they're coming out here to hedge. Slip it. You cross that on the corner. Turn the corner.
Okay, you heard Showalter, and you can listen to this. You see the leading scorer there is Fu. Now Fu is sitting down. Could be that he's a big fella with the, you know, he's growing, his knee, maybe has knee problems. It is kind of a mystery.
Well, Fu's coming out. You know, this is the World Championships, Jeff. You know what? If you want to be hurt tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Because today's the game.
Spoken from a true warrior. 39-35, USA on top.
Newman and Ramsey in the game, Jeff. That's a nice, exciting little matchup.
This is a tough matchup, though, for the USA. Oh, that Stone just lost it. I was about to say that's a pretty good tandem there of Stone, but the ball goes out of bounds, and Fu kind of had his hands on Stone and pulled him over, and I think it went unnoticed. Now, USA put on the press, and they just take it right away, and there's Ellenson. And this doesn't look good. I think China needs a timeout. And where's the shot clock? I don't see the shot clock. Okay, so they've still got, now they've got it.
Those big red numbers above the backboard, Jeff?
Yeah, it happened so quickly they didn't have any time. I was wondering how much had gone off. Wong just passes it to Ellenson, and I'm telling you, they need a timeout after 5 straight points and not breaking the press. And it's a bit worrying, isn't it? No, he's going to call a timeout. So they got it down to 14. USA called a timeout. Showalter set things straight. Stone had the turnover, but the full court press just brings it right back.
You know, and I'll give USA a credit, Jeff, because the press is impressive. You know, you got Big Ellenson up top, you got some length out there. One way you can break a press is to bring all 4 players, the inbound players, and put them across the foul line, because the zone press can't guard everybody there. Now, the only way they can combat that by bringing the 2 safety men of the USA up to push that. But there's no way on an inbound pass the point man gets thrown the ball. It's straight to Anderson. Probably can't believe it.
We saw Fu's the leading scorer for China there. Stone has 11. I think the USA, you know, God, they've got so many strengths out there, but this to me is when they're basically saying, we're done messing with you. We're going to take the game by the scruff of the neck. When you see Ellenson at the front of the press, as we've seen it, now he's made his basket and is going for the 3-point play. And watch what happens after. Okay, so he missed it. So we're not going to see the press.
Yeah, they're back into man-to-man here. That's
so that's what we call a reprieve. Zhao. Much more active on defense now, the USA. Zhang. Fu. And that was all Newman there. Just reached in, knocked it away. Now Ramsey floats in with the left hand. Ellenson there. Ellenson got 6 straight points. And he's got 11 for the game. Wang. And Ellenson just takes it right away from him, although Ramsey was applying the pressure. And then Swanigan. Ellenson went for his 8th consecutive point, and he gets it. So Ellenson now has 13 points, and for my money, he's the most influential player in the game, certainly in the last 2 minutes. Boy, China looking very shaky against that defensive pressure. Zhang, long range. Ball goes out of bounds, over to the USA. Miao going to come in. I think you'd almost want to have a ball handler come into the game, but.
Well, yeah, you're right. They've got Zhao, and they've got 3 of them out there, Jeff. I don't know.
Newman goes in for the dunk.
Nice play. Malik Newman there just corralled it in for 2. And look at the lead. We were 14 at the timeout just now with 24.
So they finally broke it. It cost them about 10 points, but they broke the press. Now Fu. And offensive foul called on Fu. 8.1 seconds remaining. 49-25. And Ramsey brings it across midcourt. Ramsey puts it up. Ellenson! And to be quite honest, that was a fitting conclusion to the game. And now I will say, without a doubt, he has been the best player in the first half for the USA. What a finish from Henry Ellenson. Talk about stars of the future. He's got a game-high 15 points. He just exploded at the end of the first half.
Off the bench, too.
Yeah. I mean, he's made a case for being the starting player. Look at that, 23 of 38 for the USA inside the arc. No player has made a 3-pointer. China getting the majority of their points at the line, but really, yet again, the story is the press from the United States. Nobody can live with it. Ellenson with 15 points, 9 rebounds. It's a tall order for the USA.
Yeah, and who's to say, maybe an old tournament player from the bench. You look at Ramsey, Newman, Ellenson. I would vote for those three all tournament any day. You know, I think Diamond Stone, perhaps the forward players for USA, you know, your Jacksons, your Tatums, your VJ Kings, a lot of those guys have worked a lot of their magic on the fast break and have been real, you know, out and out, getting steals and just putting in layups, basically. But Ellenson off the bench, 15 and 9. Phenomenal numbers.
Stick around for the second half. See more Henry Ellenson. It's USA 51, China 25. Well, if you're a fan of the China national team or Chinese national teams, the score does not make for pleasant viewing. The Chinese losing 51-25 to the United States, which perhaps isn't surprising because the USA have been blowing a lot of teams away. And the way they kind of took the game by the scruff of the neck right at the end of the first half has to be disheartening for China. They were down 14, and Don Showalter a little bit ticked off with his team, kind of up the defense, put in the press, put Henry Ellenson at the top of the press, and it was almost like good night Irene. He's got 15 points, 9 rebounds, and the USA suddenly cruising.
Incredible turnaround, wasn't it? But I think that's the element that you like about this team. When they do get down, they will show you your full force, and it is scary that they don't show you full force to begin, which is most teams have to. But here we go anyway, Jeff, over to you.
Well, Newman, Jackson, Stone, Giles.
Number
starts
13,
with a dunk.
Giles.
And Ferguson starting here in the second half for the USA.
Jeff, that will be the same play they started the game in. Pick and roll, it's that second rotation defense they can't quite get. Nice play.
Scoring for China is number 5, Hu Jinkui.
Jackson.
Zone for China here. They've gone to this little 3-2 zone. Now Angola did trouble the USA with this zone momentarily. I'm not sure China have the real, tough. Taking your glory, Jeff. Sorry about that.
No,
Newman,
that's okay. Newman
three.
is a zone buster.
He is indeed.
And
There's that press again. They're leaving their guards all isolated.
And Zhao was able to inbound it, but it goes over to Jackson, and Jackson misses the dunk.
Well, you cannot send your 4 and 5 all the way down. One of those two players has to get to the middle of that floor. You can't get an inbound quickly.
Well, as Jackson goes to the line and China makes a substitution, bringing in Zhu and taking out Liu.
Jeff, there used to be a time when you'd sub a Chinese player out and they would sprint off the floor. And you don't come off the floor if you made a mistake or looking all sheepish like. Just get off the floor and just understand that it's all for the team.
What was interesting, Jackson got like a low 5 from the coach Showalter after that. So Showalter letting his player know he's still got his back after having to yank him out of the game in the first half on the missed dunk. Well, the cross-court pass to Giles, or excuse me, intercepted by Giles. Jackson, and the touch pass from Ferguson taken by the USA. Hugh over to Zhu, and Zhu blocked by Stone. And Newman is going to chase the ball down and does just get it right before it goes out of bounds, but wasn't able to shoot it. He gets it to Giles, though, and Giles
is looking to pass the ball first. Got up in the air, realized there's nowhere to pass the ball to.
Now Zhao. Boy, that looked like there's 4 USA players chasing Zhao at that time. And the ball goes out of bounds from Wang.
You know, one thing the Chinese players never do, and that's when they're dribbling by somebody, just take a piece out of the corner of the defender. Draw contact. They shy away from that little bit of contact.
Stone goes up, and Jackson was for the follow. He missed it. And now it goes to Giles, so he's the beneficiary of that trip down the floor with the 2 points.
That was a slam from Giles. That was pretty emphatic.
Well, more pressure. If the Chinese had plenty of time to talk about it at halftime, but it doesn't seem to have done the trick. Oh! And Vong kind of fouled Ferguson. Ferguson came down hard, but I think hopefully he's all right. Watch this. Ooh. Might be a little sore there tomorrow. So we're going to have a unsportsmanlike foul called on China. So they deemed that to be a dangerous play.
I didn't see the sign. Did you see the signal? Maybe it was
yeah, just at the end there, right as the players backed up. Now, your point while we're shooting these technical free throws on, just take a little bit of the defender if you're dribbling as Zhu was, I think, or was it Wang who turned it over? Anyway, just as you dribble past them, what are you talking about? You're talking about maybe try to draw some contact to get a foul?
Yeah, you know, it goes back to an old adage I learned in the States when I was there for the summers, that the suburban kids go around the defender and the city kids go through the defender. Or they go by the defender, and that's a big, big difference.
Or in the USA's case, they go over the defender.
Yeah.
That was Stone getting the follow-up dunk. And Fu's pass almost knocked out of bounds. USA extremely active.
Well, they broke the press. I think they broke the press 3 or 4 times, China. They've done a lot better.
Zhao for 3. Jackson, open floor. Alley-oop pass to Ferguson.
Ferguson, after that fall, just thought better about attacking the rim too much.
Well, they did well that time to break the press, but they've used 10 seconds now off the clock. Wang.
Can we get the ball down low, perhaps?
Zhao misses. Zhu chases it down. Giles kept it alive. Well, he dived after the ball and fouled the Chinese player. Now Fu gets it right. Now see how he decides to go face up against Stone and misses, as opposed to attacking him.
Big fella at him to the middle too. You know, Fu got to take that right hand to the middle, put some pressure on the D. Can't settle for that. I think he's made a jump shot all night, has he?
But he hasn't taken that many, but I agree with you. Although the way the USA are playing right now, I wouldn't be surprised if he was hit with a swarming defense if he were to dribble or turn into the lane. Newman, alley-oop pass to Giles. It's almost a dunking exhibition.
Jeff, that's a standard play against the zone. You reverse the ball, get a screen on the backside of that zone and throw it down, and there's not much the Chinese can do, right? Oh my goodness me, who's been swallowed up?
Stone with the block. And Fu with the rebound, puts it up and in. And there's a rare turnover from the USA. Giles' pass, he led his teammate too much. It goes out of bounds. It's almost unfortunate that the half came for Henry Ellenson, because he was so good, so dominant. And as the second half started, he started on the bench. Now we've played 4.5 minutes and he hasn't come in yet. So it'll be interesting to see how if he picks up the momentum right where he left off. Kind of like to see a player when he's in all of his glory to stay out there. Newman just goes down the lane for the dunk. Gosh, how many? This has been a dunking exhibition. I've said it once, and now I've said it twice.
You know, it's interesting. The USA have just adjusted their press, Jess. It's gone to 1-2-2, 3/4, maybe half court. And all it needs is begging out for a little lighthouse in the middle of that lane for the Chinese. One of the big fellas to get to the middle of the floor, and they've been ominously absent from duty. They're recognizing the defense the opposition are in. Another inbound pass.
Well, Fu could have gone straight up, I think. Now Jackson turns it over. Zhao for the 3, who is responsible for getting the turnover. But Newman, you know, you can't sit around and celebrate a made basket against the USA, can you?
Well, Zhao turned and sort of said to himself, last I found some 3-point. As he's turning back on defense, Newman's just blowing by him.
Look at the pressure even Ferguson puts on it. Oh, another block for Stone. And they inbound it. Now Hughes going to go up for the dunk. Well, I guess the Chinese will take it if they can get it anyway. Stone. And the rebound for China. Luo I thought after the first game against Greece I might see more jump shots. Oh, a nice jumper from Zhao. Thought I might see more jumpers from Stone because he really hit it well. Now Zhao's got 9 points, but Stone hasn't really been the perimeter threat. That
hasn't needed to, has he? I mean, I would imagine high post is his forte, maybe on that low post too. Newman again going to go crazy.
That was a play that's worth jotting down for the highlights because I don't think you're going to see a better one than that. He took the contact and just almost effortlessly just put it off the backboard from a difficult position.
Yeah, I've got Newman down for 3 plays that's just been outstanding today. Nice play from Fu there. That's what I'm talking about, using your body. On the dribble. Now it's easier for the big guys, perhaps they're slower moving objects out there, the opposition. There's the contact off the dribble.
Well, Stone picked up the foul. Now Newman with 16 points takes a well-deserved rest. Ferguson goes out. Giles, Jackson, and Stone, and Tatum, Ramsey, Ellenson, Swanigan, and Battle are back on the floor.
I think it's King and Ivan Rabb.
Yep, who haven't come back into the second half yet. King's maybe thinking, gee, what have I done? All I've done is come out and play excellent basketball. He has been good today as well. King. Meow will come in for Hu. So 75-39. I think what's frustrating about watching the Chinese play is that you could watch the Japanese play and just figure they were kind of outmanned, but China had a little bit of a chance to make things interesting, but they just haven't really mounted the challenge since they fell away at the end of the first half. The press is still there. Ellenson wreaking havoc quickly, and they did the hard part, and then Fu throws it out of bounds.
Panic from Fu. You know, you're going to break a press. You've got to put the attack the hoop, and one extra pass. But, right now, Jeff, with make that 38 points. My mathematics serves me right. It'll take you for an age to check it, won't it?
Tatum into Swanigan. Oh. Now it looked like he did pretty well there getting up for the shot. Watch. But he was kind of fouled from behind, maybe, that wasn't called.
A lot of contact arm to arm, wasn't it? As Meow came down to try and block that shot there.
Second one good from Swanigan. It's been kind of quiet today. Of course, sometimes it's difficult for the Americans because, if they're not on the floor. The second 5. See, Tatum just takes it right away and goes up for a dunk. Misses, gets it back. Misses the second one. And then Ramsey's going to come away. Nope, ball's going to go over to the USA. So that's 2 dunks in a row. And maybe Tatum would have been better off laying the second one up.
Pride hurt on the first one, I think. Going to prove a point either way.
Are you going to ask him after the game? What's it like missing 2 dunks in a row? I wouldn't say that.
They are having a nightmare just getting the ball past the free throw line here, China.
Yeah, they really are. Now they've only got 4 seconds to get it across midcourt. And goodness me. USA come up with another steal. Battle comes in, misses. The fight for the rebound. Again, China escape. And now Fu out on the fast break for the dunk.
That is how you dunk the ball.
It is. Battle, quick jumper off the back of the rim. Fu. Don't think Showalter was too pleased.
Yeah, this fight's not quite triggering all, firing all cylinders, is it? Defensive, they're knuckling down. That's not a problem. They're 100% all the way. Just China can't really take advantage anyway, when you think about it.
USA have not lost at the FIBA Under-17 World Championship since its inception back in 2010. And if they win today, which seems likely, they will be 2 wins away from a third straight title. Ellison goes to 17 points.
Chinese defense just looking around, trying to find who was responsible for the mess up there.
Now Zhao on the open floor. And Zhao was trying to get the contact that you were talking about. 4-on-1 fast break. And Ellison tried to make the best out of a bad situation, but throws it in the hands of China. Now they're going to get a dunk in a very sloppy game. And I think Showalter is just exactly. You could hear him say it all the way from here. Just make it easy and play.
I think just make the easy play.
Oh, make the easy play.
Yeah.
Well, you could obviously hear better than me.
Nice battle there. That's good for a battler. Getting him settled down a bit. Look, they're leaving. Well, the press has just been broken with one pass down the floor to Zhao there.
Zhao dribbles between the legs. Final 18 seconds here of the third quarter. Just can't get any space, can he? He puts up the three. Mao went for the follow. Couldn't get it away from Swanigan. And Battle goes up for the easy dunk. And that's how the third quarter is going to finish. Although, oh, that would have counted if the heave-ho from he had gone in, but unfortunately the basketball god's not smiling on China on that one. So USA leading at 85-43. And all it took was the message from the coach, and it seemed like they started making the easy plays.
Yeah, and I think all credit to Tyus Battle. Tyus Battle took the bit between his teeth and just attacked the hoop. 3-pointers have livened up a bit, Jeff. 1 for 8 for USA, 2 of 13, both for Zhao.
What I don't like most of all about this for China is the 46 rebounds for the USA and the 22 for China. I mean, China, I don't think should be being out-rebounded that badly.
No, if you look at the, I always love to go to this offensive-defensive thing.
You were saying, Mick?
Yeah, the offensive defense under the Chinese basket. The Chinese have 12 rebounds defensively against the 20 offensive rebounds by the US. I mean, it's just an absolute pounding. So any shot missed by the US from the perimeter, the likelihood 2-to-1 is going to get cleaned up by the USA offensive firepower.
And there are a multitude of factors there for why that's the case.
Yeah, they're just bigger, more athletic, you know, just quicker to the ball. It's that element of just who's got that tenacity to get the balls. You see Newman flying in. We had a couple of highlights out there. He's one of Zhao's threes.
Well, we've seen now Ellison go out and be replaced by Rab.
Jeff, how many shots has young Fu taken, the 14 for China? We talked about him in the first half. The stats are closer to you, I'm sorry.
It's not a problem. Mr. Fu has, says he's 4 of 8.
So he's taken 8 shots, and in the first half he was the only real positive element in the low post or anywhere on the floor for China. But only 8 shots to his name. Oh, a turnover there against VJ King.
Maybe wanted to ask the Chinese coach in the press conference after the game. Who?
Might be the only one in there, though.
Meow. Scrapping for the ball there, but the USA's King comes away with it. Tatum goes.
Super move. Jason Tatum, you know, it looks like he's going to go and flush it from one side and then just hangs it out. The extendability of this young man is, he's got some super ups in terms of his body.
I think that was off USA hands. So China will retain it.
Referee wasn't sure, was he? Took his time.
Battle tried to help him out to say it was Americans' ball. Wang with the pass to Hu. Hu with the rebound. That's the best good, strong offensive rebound and putback that we've seen today from China. Now VJ King, though, quickly takes one and turns it back to the USA. Hu.
Did well, Hu, I thought there. Offensive rebound one ton in collecting that.
Wang. Well, Wang makes that. He missed it earlier. We know he can make it. He was making it against Argentina.
Yeah, nice set shot there from the perimeter. He needed his time to get it off, but you know what? You can only do what you can drop down the jump shot you're given.
Rab goes in. Just Rab. I'm not expecting Rab to get on track in this tournament. He just doesn't seem to have found his comfort zone after coming back from the ankle injury.
3-2 zone defense here for US. I think it's more a 1-3-1 actually.
He just does everything so easily, so poetically, and then he gets it over to Giles. Tatum really is something else, isn't he? And the pass to Miao, and just the ball become the game sloppy again.
A strange pass, Jeff. You don't find these from an inbound pass under the basket, the full length court, but you know, Miao was wide open and he didn't even know it. It's that element of continued intensity from China, not quite there. Giles wants it low post here, and he's been
good
picked.
Steal from He. Oh, USA won't like that. That turnover. That was on Battle. So it was described as a pass, but he just took it away. Tatum goes in for the dunk, and Wang hands it over to He. I have to say, I think the USA coaches might not be as happy after this game, and just because there have been some sloppy plays. Now you might say, why does that matter in a game where you're winning 91-52?
That's the mindset, isn't it? That's the problem, and you know that there may be a team in this tournament that really tests them. Beautiful play from Harry Giles to retrieve, and there's another turnover against the USA.
Well, that was He. He's had some good moments lately. It's a couple of steals. And that's better for the Chinese. Hu.
Yeah, he's played well this fourth quarter. Hu, probably the most athletic player they've got. Fu's number 14 is much better offensively, but Hu is a real flyer.
You know, why not? Why not go hard to the basket every time when you get down there? When you're a player like Hu or Fu, be aggressive, attack. Good things happen.
You know, it's easy to play when you're 40 points down because you've got nothing to lose. It's much more difficult to play with free spirit when it's a close game. But you know, China right now, they've throw caution to the wind. They go hard. You gamble a little bit defensively. You play more confident perhaps when you're this far down.
Well, the bad news for China is that Newman is back in the game, and I'm guessing that he's going to settle things down here for the USA. Say Hugh.
The Ramsey's just come out. Ramsey's hardly been involved, has he? I don't think they ever got into a half-court set. It was mostly the problems were caused in transition.
Stone on the baseline. Soft touch, doesn't come away with the basket.
A better 5 on the floor here for China. Defensive rotations there.
Wang for 3, left open. Rab was slow on by USA standards.
Well, you know what? Wang is a slow shooter. Full stop. So I think Rab needs to close out a little quicker there.
91-57. Look at that. They've outscored China, the USA in that stretch. And the run buster, Malik Newman.
Well, that had to go down, Jeff. I could see Shaw to perhaps call another timeout if that would have missed. But Newman, nobody touched the ball offensively except Newman.
That's better from Hu. And it's like you say, you're down by a big deficit. You could play loose, but
there's a whole array of moves coming out now. You know, I think I'd love to see Fu back in the game with Hu, which is a good combo for China.
Stone with the offensive rebound and put back.
And make that Diamond Stone's favorite shot.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Stone has done anything beautiful today, but he has certainly kind of laid down his marker in the lane that he is the most powerful presence out there.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. He is a good finisher.
Ellenson was clearly, you see the foul called on the USA. Ferguson. Ellenson was the man in the first half.
Double
now
crossover there from He. Sorry, Jeff.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Double crossover from He. Nice move. And again, it's that confidence now of playing so far behind. You might as well try everything. And the little array of talent come from these Chinese kids now.
Well, he's had some good moments, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah. You know, I thought the first half he was involved well.
Ferguson for three. Good. He's been a really good three-point shooter in this tournament.
I think he's actually leading in the tournament as far as percentages. 50% coming in as low.
I think he came in at 48. Yeah, Luo.
I love the speed of Malik Ferguson. Ferguson again. He's going to keep that average going. Nope, not quite.
No, you were right. He was 50% coming
10 of 20, I think I seem to remember.
Yeah, nice answer from Wong. So making the score.
We're in a running game right now.
A little more respectable.
Newman getting the outlet pass on the inbounds at half court.
I don't think that's Ellenson's strength, although he didn't hesitate to take it, so could be he just needs to get out in the flow of things. Wong. Oh, Wong making sure that he's, statistically anyway, going to leave an impression on the game. 11 points. Here's Stone.
Better rotation there from China. I think they must have worked on this because at the start of the game they hadn't a clue. And that was the favorite offense there from the US. They're going to turn over this. Here's the alley-oop, perhaps.
Yep. Up it goes to Ferguson. Up. 103 to 68. You know, incredibly, the USA in a couple of games didn't reach 100 points. And that happened against Greece and Angola. Although they did finish 1 point shy against Angola. But they had 124 and 122 against the Philippines and Japan. Playing the Asian teams brings the best out of the Americans. So this is their third consecutive game against a team from Asia, against the representatives from Asia, anyway.
So just Greece, the only European team they played so far, isn't it? So they may, France and Spain will be on the opposite side of the draw, I think. Is that right? I think they will match up with Serbia and Canada, the winner of that game.
Yeah, that's right.
That'll be the semi-final matchup. That will be a little different. That'll mean some thinking going out there. USA-Canada semi-final will be fairly mouth-watering.
Now Ellenson powers his way up.
That would be his comfort zone there for Henry Ellison. Nice play from Malik Newman yet again. Beautiful wraparound pass.
Boy, across the board stats for Malik Newman: 16 points, five rebounds, 4 assists. And Ellenson misses the free throw. He's gonna follow it up though with the dunk. So 21 points, 9 rebounds now. So he's leading the way. Jackson with the rebound and the assist. There you see. The long attempt from China stays out, 107-70. You think the USA can get up to about 115 here in the last 2 minutes?
What's your money on?
Yes.
You got 50, 150. I think so.
I'll say 116.
If we go back to that Fu remark in the first half, and on the front we see Jackson making some inroads.
Yep, Jackson.
Well, Fu in the low post. Here is 14. 2 back-to-back baskets. He went to work, and he's not been in that low post since.
So that's part of the problem, isn't it? He has to recognize what his skill set is. And instead of trying to drive in and penetrate.
You know, everybody thinks they're a dribbler these days. And that's, you know, you've got to know your strengths and weaknesses. And Fu taking on Caleb Swanigan from the free throw line.
Wong has to put up a long one. Oh, was that almost goaltending?
Only if it's got a chance of going in, I think.
I guess they viewed that it didn't.
Yeah.
Alley-oop pass, Newman to Jackson. So Ellison has 21 points and 10 rebounds. Newman now has 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. And Jackson has 7 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. I think across the board is pretty much standard for most of these USA players. Relatively quiet day for Tatum, who missed the back-to-back dunks, but I would guess that whoever they face next might get a backlash there from Tatum.
I mean, they just come at you from all angles, isn't it? One person be top scorer one day. Look at Ellison's top scorer of the day. Diamond Stone, day one top scorer. I think Malik Newman was top scorer one of the games too.
I think the message from Showalter after this game will be, guys, I don't mind the flair, but we need to simplify things sometimes. Jackson. Boy, he was way up there for that rebound. And then he goes in, and that's more like it. Dunks with power. And that is 9 points and 6 rebounds. A coast-to-coast rebound, finishing it with a dunk. Fu gets in against Swanigan. Now Hu, and is able to go up and draw the foul. And I think Mr. Ellison may have gotten it where you don't want to get it.
Where the sun don't shine.
So that's exactly right, my friend. 111-70. Come on, guys. We got 37.7 seconds remaining. And who? All these Chinese players should be disappointed. They'll be exiting medal contention here. 111-71. Swanigan sets the pick. Now Newman hands it off to Swanigan. Just easy as you like, puts it up. Now Luo. 14 seconds. Well, China looks like you're going to have the last shot, so my attempt to get to 115, 116 isn't going to happen unless Swanigan makes it. Nope. So the United States will settle for a 113-71 win, convincing in every way imaginable. If you're going to fire any criticism at the USA, you might just say that at times maybe a tad bit too much showboating, but at the end of the day, they were that much in control that they just tried it.
I like you said, Jeff, it makes the game entertaining. You know, a few blips here and there, but it's going to be a tough team that puts this team away, and I'm not sure there's one in this tournament. This is scintillating stuff. It's going to be 3 games coming up that'll be very, very close. A lot of intensity. But for this one, it was one-way traffic.
55 rebounds for the USA, including 22 on the offensive end. 26 turnovers for China. Of course, that was a lot due to the pressure from the USA. Ellison with the 21 points and 10 rebounds. Newman had the 5 assists. Fu with 16 points and 7 rebounds. He played well in stretches for China, but Ellenson, Stone was pretty dominant. He made it look easy today. Newman as well, and Giles and Ferguson up there. Take your pick who you thought the best player was. I thought probably Newman set the tone, and then Ellenson came in and just slammed the door shut.
No, totally agree. Totally agree. Your analysis there, Jeff.
Thank you very much. So that's it for the first quarterfinal. The United States rolled to victory over China. Who will they play next? Will it be Serbia or Canada? A day of what we expect exciting action to follow here at the FIBA Under-17 World Championship in Dubai.
Number 13, Harry Giles.
Number 14.